of you, myself Irfan Khan from Alchem Science Tutorials. Today we are going to study about properties of the colloidal solution and suspension. So in this topic we will conclude both of this topic, properties of colloidal solution and properties of suspension. So let's start study of a colloidal solution. As you know that you can see here, colloidal solution are those solution in which the particle of the solution does not visible and it can easily scatter the beam of light. Such a solution is called as colloidal solution. Colloidal solution, again I will repeat the definition of colloidal solution. Colloidal solution are those solution in which the solute particle is invisible and it can easily scatter the beam of light. In other words, you can also say that colloidal solution are those solutions which easily show the Tyndall effect. Right now I will tell you what is meant by Tyndall effect. So this is all about the definition of colloidal solution. Right now we will study about the properties of colloidal solution, and then I will show you how can you identify the colloidal solution. First of all, you will see the properties of colloidal solution. You can see here 3 or 4 properties we have to study. First of all, colloidal solution are those solution which is considered in the category of heterogeneous mixture. The particle, and second one properties of colloidal solution is that particle of the colloid is too small and you cannot see that particle with your naked eyes. So this is the second properties of colloidal solution, means the particle size is very small, okay, near about 1 nanometer. So that's why you cannot see it easily. You have to utilize microscope or other device to identify the size of colloidal solution, okay. And third one is the colloid are big enough to scatter the beam of light, means the particle size of solute present in colloidal solution having enough size to it can easily able to scatter the beam of light, means it can easily scatter the beam of light, okay. This is the third properties of colloids. And right now we will study the next and last properties of colloidal solution. Means when you left the solution unaffected, means you are not going to apply any effect. After that, the solute particle present in that colloidal solution that does not be settled down at the bottom of properties of colloidal solution. Right now we will understand this is Tyndall effect. So in case of colloid, you can see here colloid can easily scatter the beam of light here. So because whatever the solute particle is present inside that colloidal solution, that having the enough size to scatter the beam of light, that's why this light, the path of this light is easily visible in case of colloid, but in case of solution it's not visible because solution particle does not having enough size to scatter the beam of light. Right now, suspension and its properties. As you know that suspension is also one of the type of solution, but it is a heterogeneous mixture in which solute particle it does not dissolve but is remain suspended in that solution. Actually the meaning of this sentence is like that the particle present in suspension does not dissolve but is remain as suspended in all the mixtures. So this is all about the suspension. Right now we will study the properties of suspension. Suspension has following 2 or 3 properties you can see here. As the first, I told you that particle of suspension is easily visible, means you can see the particle of suspension very easily without using of any microscope. And the particle of suspension is also having enough size to scatter the beam of light, means the particle of suspension also scatter the beam of light. And third one property of suspension is that whenever you left that suspension undisturbed, that particle present in that suspension that easily settle down at the bottom of vessels. And one of the most important property right now I am going to tell you that suspension can easily separate out with the help of filtration. And best example of suspension is that water and eating flour. Whenever you mix the sum of amount of flour in that water, that is example of suspension. So right now we will move toward our next topic, that is a difference between solution, suspension and colloidal solution. First of all, we will see in case of size. The size of the colloidal solution having in the range of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer, and the size of the solute particle of solution is less than 1 nanometer, and in case of suspension is a more than 100 nanometer. And second one property of the colloidal solution is it is a stable, and solution is also stable, but in case of suspension it's a unstable solution. A colloidal solution, as I told you early, it can also scatter the beam of light, and solution is not scatter the beam of light. Suspension also scatter the beam of light. And fourth property of colloidal solution is solute particle of it does not pass easily through the filter paper, or you cannot separate out the solute particle of colloidal solution with the help of filtration. Solution does not able to separate out with the help of filter paper, same also here. But in case of suspension you can easily separate out the solute particle present in case of suspension. So this is all about the difference between colloidal solution, suspension and solution. Okay, so if you like this, please subscribe our channel Alchem Science Tutorial for the more educational videos.